On October 5th, the University of Central Missouri was the venue of choice for Western Missouri Medical Center's Ladies' Night for Breast Cancer Awareness. So we asked about the history of the event and why they chose UCM as the venue.
My name's Tara Carlisle. I'm the Assistant Director for Communications and Development at Western Missouri Medical Center. This is our 5th annual Ladies' Night Out. The hospital started doing this on campus at our facility about 5 years ago, and we've outgrown. It's about raising breast cancer awareness and spreading the message, and so each year it's gotten bigger and better, and so we finally decided to partner with the university's health center and have it here on campus. So really it's a fun night for ladies to come out, schedule mammos, get their preventative screening set up, and just have a good night, be pampered. We have had a lot of success over the years. In fact, we started as just a group of 30, about 30 women who started in coming to a seminar, and we've built it into what it is today. We had over 100 last year at our event on campus at the hospital, and now we're up to at least over 150 that pre-registered and hundreds more behind me, so I'm pretty sure it's been great, actually. The goal, what's most important here for this event in our community, is that we spread the message for breast cancer awareness. I can't talk enough about how important it is for preventative health screenings, mammograms, CTs to look at the chance for lung cancer, all kinds of different preventative screenings, and that's what I want to do here, is spread the message of women that you need to get that done every year, and it could be hereditary, but it's very important that you go ahead and start looking right away for that.
Well, it's important because the earlier you get detected, the more chance you have for a good outcome. And good outcomes is what we're looking for. If you detect it early, I don't know the percentages, but a pretty good percentage of the time, life goes on as normal after a 1 year, hardship, and then things go on as normal. If you don't detect it early, then you're in for a long struggle or worse.
We also asked an attendee what brought her out to the event, as well as asked the CFO of the hospital about his pink attire.
I wanted to come to the event because I wanted to see kind of how it was going. It's one of my events, but also I was really interested in learning more about self-breast exams, which they're teaching you how to do here, and kind of get more connected with the community because they have a lot of different vendors here. I think there are about 37 different vendors here. Just get more connected with my community and learn more about breast cancer and awareness and things like that.
Well, about 8 years ago, I ran into a lady that I harassed in the post office where she worked on October 1st, and she was wearing pink. The whole post office was pink, and I said, "Oh, do you do this every day or is it just October 1st?" And she said, "Every day, and you could too." So ever since that day, probably 8 years ago, I've worn pink every day in October. I had no personal experience really, just it was kind of a challenge she threw out, and so I met that challenge, and since then I've had some personal experience with it. I told them about wearing pink, and they were like, "Oh, well, great, let's put you on our Facebook page and get a picture of your car and all that." And so, all right, we put it on Facebook, and then they said, "Well, how about this? For every picture that someone puts on our Facebook page, that you can donate $1 to the breast cancer charity of your choice." And I said, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So that's what we're doing, and if you go to, I'm too old to be a Facebook guy, but if you go to the Western Missouri Facebook page, there'll be some pictures, and if you post yours, it's another $1 out of my pocket towards breast cancer research.
In closing, they said,
Yeah, I would absolutely recommend people come to events like this just because you can get a lot of education, you can find out about the vendors in your community, you can meet a lot of new people and socialize, and it's just really fun and it's free.
It's just go out, if you're a lady, 40 I think is the number, go get your mammogram. They're important, so I understand they're not really the most comfortable procedure, but it's worth the discomfort. So go get it done, and you won't regret it.
I just want to thank everybody who supported this event. We've grown each year. The University Health Center, all of my team, they've been so wonderful at the hospital, all of the vendors and exhibitors and everyone who came out to support this and to raise funds. And also I wanted to add that all of the proceeds for this event go towards the WMMC Foundation, and that's going to be able to help a cancer center patient who needs help funding-wise. And so I want to thank the WMMC Foundation for supporting that cause and to to making this their mission as well.
Reporting for Lowdown, I'm Jacob Clark.